I'm David Marsland, and this is the Evening Standard's front page. Boris Johnson is facing a revolt by senior Conservatives after the government rejected calls to reopen some primary schools before March the 8th. Health Secretary Matt Hancock says that despite good news on vaccines, there are still far too many people dying each day to change policy on when classes will open their doors. Former ministers and backbencher leaders have been speaking out, including Education Select Committee Chair Robert Halfer, who says the four horsemen of the education apocalypse are galloping towards our children. The Prime Minister is urging the country to take part in a national clap for Captain Sir Tom Moore, who has died aged 100 after testing positive for COVID. Boris Johnson himself will lead the round of applause at 6 p.m. The Queen has led tributes to the Second World War veteran who raised almost £39 million for the NHS during the pandemic and was knighted for his work as a national symbol of hope. Her Majesty said he was an inspiration for the whole nation and others across the world. Doctors say a 22-year-old man from New Jersey is recovering after receiving a rare face and hand transplant. Joe DiMeo had the operation in August, 2 years after he was badly burned in a car accident. The procedure has only been tried twice before. Mr. DiMeo says he can now feel his forehead and hands get cold, but he's still trying to relearn how to raise his eyebrows, close his eyes, and whistle. Sadiq Khan has told the Evening Standard's lockdown sessions how he recognised COVID-19 was impacting BAME communities as he wrote letters to aggrieved families. He says he realised many of the names were clearly of ethnic minority Londoners and wrote to the government asking for an investigation into whether there was a disproportionality. Studies have now shown the first wave hit black communities hardest, while the second has affected those from an Asian background. The Mayor's interview with Aisha Hazarika for the lockdown sessions is available on the Evening Standard's YouTube channel. Campaigners, medics and bosses of the biggest mental health and youth charities in the UK are issuing a call for the government to fundamentally rethink priorities over children's mental health. They've co-signed a letter warning the pandemic lockdowns are the worst mental health crisis for young people in our lifetimes and want to invest in prevention rather than cure. The letter backs the Evening Standard's Young London SOS campaign. And finally, Chadwick Boseman's final role before his death from cancer has been honoured by the Golden Globes. He's nominated for Best Actor in a Motion Picture for his performance in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. He's the only American to get a nod in the category, with Britain's Riz Ahmed, Anthony Hopkins and Gary Oldman being joined by French star Tahar Rahim. The UK is well represented in the Best Actress in a TV series, with Jodie Comer, Olivia Colman and Emma Corrin all being recognised. Laura Linney and Sarah Paulson are also nominated. Streaming services dominate in the Best TV Drama. Disney's The Mandalorian is joined by a trio of Netflix productions, Ozark, The Crown and Ratchet, with HBO's Lovecraft Country rounding off the list. There's more on these stories and more at standard.co.uk.